The silver screen often paints monsters as fantastical creations. But what if the creatures of nightmare are not fiction? Buried beneath layers of time, a truth lies dormant. A truth about insects, not as harmless pests, but as colossal predators. King Kong's struggle was more than just a movie. In Peter Jackson's 2005 film, King Kong, one of the most unsettling and iconic scenes involves a rescue party being attacked by a swarm of giant bugs and other nightmarish creatures. This scene, with its eerie and disturbing atmosphere, has left a lasting impression on audiences. However, as terrifying as it may seem, the reality of Earth's distant past was not too different from this cinematic horror. During a period known as the Carboniferous, the Earth was home to gigantic creepy crawlies, dense swamps, and towering flora that would give even the bravest of us nightmares. This period, which existed hundreds of millions of years ago, was a time when insects the size of small cars and amphibians as large as crocodiles roamed the Earth. Understanding the Carboniferous period provides insight into just how close the King Kong insect scene is to the reality of our planet's ancient past. The Carboniferous period occurred between 358 to 298 million years ago, long before the first mammals appeared on Earth. During this time, the Earth's climate and geography were drastically different from today. The supercontinent Pangaea was beginning to form, but it hadn't yet reached its final configuration. Land masses like Siberia, South China, and North China still existed as isolated islands. Pangaea's location near the equator created a climate of widespread humidity, warmth, and high levels of sunlight and rainfall, all of which were ideal for the growth of vast forests. These forests were incredibly dense and covered much of the Earth's surface, particularly in low-lying areas that were frequently flooded by rising sea levels. As a result, these forests often transformed into swamps, giving rise to the coal forests that are so characteristic of the Carboniferous period. The term coal forests refers to the ancient swampy forests that eventually became the coal deposits we mine today. These forests were unlike anything we see today, filled with plant life that would look alien to modern eyes. Among the most dominant plants were the lepidodendrales, better known as scale trees. These trees were primitive vascular plants with bark that resembled alligator skin. Scale trees, particularly Lepidodendron and Sigillaria, were giants of the Carboniferous forests, reaching heights of up to 160 feet. Despite their immense size, these trees were relatively skinny, with trunks averaging only about 3.3 feet in diameter, giving them the appearance of giant toothpicks towering above the swampy ground. The scale trees were not the only strange flora of the Carboniferous. The forests were also home to a variety of ferns, seed ferns, and horsetails, creating an environment so thick with vegetation that moving through it would have been a challenge. The dense plant life provided ample hiding spaces for the many creatures that roamed these ancient swamps, including some of the largest invertebrates ever to exist. One of the most terrifying inhabitants of the Carboniferous forests was Arthropleura, a giant millipede that could grow up to 8 feet 8 inches in length, making it the largest land arthropod known to science. Arthropleura was a truly colossal creature, its body covered in a durable exoskeleton that protected it from predators. Despite its fearsome appearance, Arthropleura was likely a herbivore, feeding on a diet of woody plants, leaf litter, and dead plant matter. Its massive size and tough exoskeleton would have made it an intimidating presence in the Carboniferous swamps, and it likely had few natural enemies. If giant millipedes sound unsettling, then the idea of running into Pulmonoscorpius, a giant scorpion of the Carboniferous, is downright terrifying. Pulmonoscorpius could grow up to 28 inches in length, making it the largest scorpion ever discovered. Unlike Arthropleura, Pulmonoscorpius was a predator, using its large pincers to capture prey, which it would then dispatch with a powerful stinger. While it's not certain whether Pulmonoscorpius was venomous, its sheer size and predatory nature would have made it a formidable hunter, capable of taking down invertebrates and amphibians with ease. The skies of the Carboniferous were no less terrifying than the ground, as they were dominated by giant insects known as griffin flies. The largest of these, belonging to the genus Meganeura, had wingspans of over 2.4 feet, making them the largest insects ever known. Griffin flies were closely related to modern dragonflies and, like their descendants, were fierce predators. They used their enormous eyes to spot prey from a distance and would swoop down to capture it with their spiky legs before tearing it apart with their powerful mandibles. The sight of these giant insects flying overhead would have been a regular occurrence in the Carboniferous, and they were a dominant force in the ancient ecosystems. Another group of giant insects that thrived during the Carboniferous was the Paleodictyopterans, often referred to as giant green drakes. These insects were also impressive in size, with some species rivaling the griffin flies in wingspan. While many Paleodictyopterans were herbivores, feeding on plant tissues and juices, some were parasitic, using their elongated mouth parts to suck the blood of amphibious tetrapods. The presence of such large and diverse insect life during the Carboniferous is a testament to the unique conditions of the time, which allowed these creatures to grow to sizes that would be impossible today. The Carboniferous period is often referred to as the Age of Amphibians, due to the high level of diversification among these vertebrates. Many amphibians of the Carboniferous adapted to a variety of lifestyles, with some becoming fully terrestrial, while others remained aquatic or semi-aquatic. One of the most fearsome amphibians of the time was Archaeops, a large predator that could be found in what is now New Mexico and Texas. Archaeops had a robust skeleton and powerful jaws lined with fang-like teeth, making it a formidable hunter, capable of taking down large prey. Another group of amphibians, known as the Emballomères, were semi-aquatic predators that dominated the late Carboniferous. These creatures had long, narrow bodies and moved through the water in an eel-like fashion, making them highly efficient hunters. Some Emballomères, like Anthracosaurus and Proterogyrinus, grew to enormous sizes, rivaling modern crocodiles in length. The freshwater ecosystems of the Carboniferous were home to even more terrifying creatures, including the rhizodonts, a group of ancient fish that were among the largest freshwater predators of all time. Rhizodonts, particularly the species Rhizodus, could grow up to 23 feet in length and weighed nearly 2 tons. These fish were equipped with both fang-like teeth and tusks, which they used to pierce the flesh of their prey. Their teeth were also rotatable, meaning that once they bit into something, the teeth would turn inward, ensuring a firmer grip and a deeper bite. Rhizodonts were also capable of leaping out of the water to attack animals on land, a behavior that would have made them a constant threat to any creature living near the water's edge. The Carboniferous period came to an end with the Carboniferous rainforest collapse, an extinction event that occurred around 305 million years ago. This event was triggered by a combination of cooling temperatures and increased aridification, which led to the decline of the coal forests that had dominated the Earth for millions of years. As the coal forests disappeared, so did many of the creatures that relied on them, including the giant insects, amphibians, and other invertebrates that had thrived during the Carboniferous. Some species, like the griffin flies, managed to survive into the Permian period, but they never regained the success they once had and ultimately went extinct as well. The Amazon, a world teeming with life, is also a realm of shadows. What lurks within its depths? The truth is more chilling than fiction. King Kong's battle was a precursor, a shadow of what might be. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.